morning, Lori. How are you?
Hi, Ben. Good. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome, everybody, to Business Over Breakfast. I have wires all over the place because I just switched computers, so I'm hitting stuff. How was your week?
My week has been, God, Ben, it's only Tuesday. So how was my week? Yeah, it feels like 10 years. But you know what's really cool today? We are on a our public shop local page today, which is
Oh,
kind of
wow.
cool, right? So
That's amazing. Yeah.
we switched the private page to public so we can have a lot more exposure and expose all the people that are on shop local in a better way.
Well, that is amazing. Were you able to just transfer that page to a public page?
No, I had to. So now I'm wondering if it is actually live, but I had to.
I don't think it is. I'll switch it over. It's fine.
Oh,
We'll just tell
okay.
people it's live right now.
Yeah, it was a privacy issue because we had a private group, right? I need to tell my tech people, right, what I'm doing on the outside.
Yeah. Just make me an admin, and I'll switch it out. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, who's our guest today? Let's
okay.
talk about
So
that.
today we have Lynn Hall from BoldrDash, and BoldrDash is one of those really cool companies where you do kind of ninja level, but not ninja level if you're not a ninja, obstacle courses. And it's challenging and it's team building. And I really need Lynn to come on and give us her full intro because I think that there are a lot of different levels to the work that you do. And I see like level from family and kids to like super athlete level. But when I look at it, I'm thinking like this could be the most fun ever. And my first question, I guess, Lynn, is can you just go to an obstacle course? Do you maintain one so that people can come and play with you?
So yes, actually, this is something new for us. Generally, well, we've been around for 10 years. We started in 2011. And actually it was supposed to be a one-time thing and never again. But it just really hit off. We were at Yagu Valley ski area for 6 years. And now we do most of our events at Canonicus Camp and Conference Center in Exeter, which is actually just down the road. And what we found is at Canonicus, because the terrain is a little bit more welcoming than a ski mountain, it's become a little bit more accessible for the average person. Do you know what I mean? They feel like, okay, I'm not going to have to go and up and down a ski mountain. You know what I mean? I can, deal with the terrain a little bit better. So in partnership with the nonprofit Find Your Bold that I founded, we have an agreement with Canonicus, and we actually built semi-permanent obstacles on the grounds out in the woods. And we open that every Sunday. And you can come, you can play, you can do a workout with our trainer, you can go out with our trainer. She teaches you how to do the obstacles, how to conquer different things, just support if that's what you're looking for, or you can just go out and play for 2 hours. We call that an open run. So you see a lot of different people out there on Sundays, and it benefits Find Your Bold every time someone comes on.
Wow.
This is my favorite episode that we've ever done. Yeah, it is. And I'll tell you why. I went to Camp Canonicus every year as a child with my church for vacation Bible school, and until we stopped going, and then they started doing it at the church, and it was lame, and I never went again. Canonicus is so cool, and I want to go to this just so that I can run around Canonicus again like I did when I was a kid every year. I'm very excited about this, and I will definitely. What are the age groups for this?
So we say 3 to 103.
Okay, great, because I have a 5-year-old that.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
Oh,
he's not mine, but I will bring him. I will take him for this.
We have so there's out where we are right now. The way that we've got it kind of set up, and it took a couple of years, believe me, to get this done. We've set up the different courses so that you can pick and choose. So there's a kids course, which has obstacles that are a little bit lower. There might be padding under different things, because it's for the kids. well, actually, there might be padding under the bigger stuff too, because you need it. But the obstacles that they get are the same obstacles that an adult would get. They're just on a different portion of the course. So it's about a 2-mile loop, 1.5 to 2 mile loop for the kids. There's a 3-mile loop for adults. And then there's a 5-mile loop for people who really want to go out and get a challenge in that 2 hours on Sundays. And then we use that same course, but we supplement and we change. So when we have an event, it's not what you see every Sunday. There's something different. We either moved things, built things, changed things. So it's an ever-changing evolution out there. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That sounds like a blast. Oh my goodness.
Really is.
We went out for a hike this weekend and I didn't want to come back into the house. So I ended up building a snowman outside by myself because I think especially now having places to get outside and move around. And can you talk a little bit about just the safety and the COVID protocol that you're putting in place so that when people come to Canonicus, they feel like they know what to expect?
Absolutely. So we work directly with Exeter EMS. We have a direct line to the administration over there, and we make sure that everything is right up to par. And of course, it's always changing. And we'll do that. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's things that are better, and yay, we can loosen up a little bit. And then we're like, nope, got to pull back. So pretty much what you see, around the state. But the way that it works is you actually get my happy face when you arrive. I stay at the entrance. We do a COVID screening, which when you register, which everyone does need to register because that's how we do our COVID, keeping that up to date so that if something ever happened. So when you register, you see all the things and your COVID screening is in there. So when you come in, I'm welcoming you, but I'm also checking the COVID screening. So you need to say no to all questions. And then we just kind of give you an idea of what to expect. Because again, we might have something special going on. We might have just the open run where you're going to go out and hang out. But you do have to wear a mask. Any open air, any of the public areas, like the parking, getting ready to go and start your run, that kind of thing. Once you get out on the trails, at this time, and again, like I said, it's ever changing. At this time, you can take your mask off, but you need to leave it here so that you can do a flip should you need to. If you're in the same car with a bunch of people, then you can be maskless because we consider that your home. Sorry, I just raised my hand. I got carpal tunnel surgery yesterday.
Oh no!
I'm fine.
Oh my goodness!
I'm on drugs. It's awesome. This is going to be a great.
This show is getting better and better and better.
But so you do need the mask. And then we have about 30 obstacles out there. And at every obstacle, there's hand sanitizer. So hopefully it doesn't freeze.
Tell us about, give us an idea of what is going on in an obstacle course. I can't even describe what that is, but every station, I guess, if you could kind of give us a little description about that.
Absolutely. So it's a course. So there's trails, and some of the trails are brand new because we try to help Canonicus maintain the trails. When we got here, they weren't being used as much as they had been in the past. So we've sort of, I don't want to say recreated, but we've brought them back to life through us clearing them and people being out there, which is great because now there's more for the kids to do. But we have arrows in the trees. We also have like real estate type signs that are stuck with arrows, and it tells you where to go when you get to an obstacle. So, I mean, if you want me to give you a couple of ideas of what you might see out there. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's right down to a simple tunnel that you have to crawl through. We have probably every kind of wall you could dream of. We've got 4-foot walls, 5-foot walls, 6-foot walls. We don't have 7s. I'm going to have to work on that. We have 8-foot walls. We have 10-foot walls. And each of those walls might be built differently. And we even have walls that are strapped in between trees that are not anchored to the ground. So as you're going over the wall is moving.
So that was one of my questions. So
Wow.
what do you do with the walls? Oh, so you climb over them.
Oh, you climb over them. Yep.
Okay. And do you are there ropes? Do you have like a rock?
No, it's all you.
Okay.
So we build everything
not ninja level yet.
we build anything that we can build in levels. We build in levels. So if you hit the 8-foot wall, there's going to be a side where it's just a flat wall and you've got to get over it. In the center, there's 1 or 2 cleats on the wall for you to use your feet so you can get up. And then on the, I can't do it on the, I'm going to go this way. Always on the left is the hardest. And excuse me, the left is the easiest. The right is the hardest. Mm-hmm. So on the left-hand side, you have literally a slatted wall that looks like a ladder. So you're climbing up and over that side. So we want everyone to go out there. We want you to be challenged. We don't necessarily want you to get 100% of what's out there, because that's part of the building of the team, the building of the success for you. You know, what is that thing I need to come back and practice on? And that's why we have myself and a certified trainer out there, where she can literally take you and I can take you through each and every obstacle and show you, okay, this is the best way. We teach people how to help each other the proper way so that the helper doesn't get hurt, as well as the participant.
That is
There's a lot going on.
That is great. Oh my goodness. And it's so funny when I think of BoldrDash. So I think mud. What role does mud play in this?
Mud used to play a huge role in our lives, and I miss it terribly. We haven't done mud here at Canonicus yet. I've been dreaming up some ways we might be able to make it happen. When we were at Yagu, there were 3 to 4 mud pits every time. And that was what you would crawl through. We do have an event called Thrive Outside in the Mud. So one of the things that BoldrDash does is, you know, we have our standard, our stationary spot, but then we also work with nonprofits to build a course for them at a spot that they ask for. So we have a mobile unit that will go out. We build a course for them in the date, like usually the day before, sometimes even that morning. And then they run their event. And Thrive Outside in the Mud, as the name sort of hints, that one does have mud, and that's a family event. That's, again, the obstacles are always built with adults in mind, but it's made for the kids. So that's a family event, and there's 2 mud pits on that one.
I love that. I'm so excited to get there. I've been looking for.
You realize you 2 are definitely coming now, right? Because nobody says I'm coming, and I don't hound them for the rest of their born days.
No, I love this. I love it. So I feel like, man, we did just jump right in, right? So let's back up a little bit and just start with what is your, go ahead, Ben.
Laura, can you do that sound effect one more time? Thank you. That was my interjection.
You got to keep that one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's, well, anyway, I don't want to digress because I can do that very easily, as you know. So let's back up and just give us an idea, because you said you started this as an event and then you didn't know that it was going to become your business. So just give us a little intro on how that came to be, because I think we all end up in our own businesses as self-employed people. There's always a story there about why and how.
Yeah, there's a story there.
Let's hear it.
So basically, this was, I think, 2009 and 2010. I was working as a trainer at the local Y here. That it's not here anymore, but there was a YMCA in North Kingstown. And we had done a lot of things. We created a biggest winner type challenge, is for the best way of saying it. And so there was a lot of group effort and partnership and all of that kind of stuff in this challenge. So as that grew, I had a lot of friends, because I had young kids, they had young kids. So I had a lot of friends that I met from the Y and hung out with and that kind of thing. So we had gone outside of that and done, we did our first triathlon together where I drowned, but we'll just leave that for another story.
You can digress too.
I can digress. Yes. So we're not going to go there. But we did pretty much everything that we could think of. You know, we got on our bikes and did bikes. We did 5Ks. We did, we were training for the blessing of the fleet. We were doing, you know, all of those different things. And it was like, okay, what's next? And in 2010, Spartan Race had its first New England event in Amesbury, Massachusetts. So I ended up training with a friend of mine, about 50 people. And we would go to different locations in North Kingstown, and we brought everyone up to the event and did it all together. Had an absolute blast. They had no idea what we were getting into. They were like, we're gonna jump over fire. I was like, what, really? Why? How do you train for that exactly? You know,
seriously?
Yeah. You jump over logs of fire, you crawl under barbed wire. So but no one really knew what that meant yet. We hadn't seen one. So there was no videos. There was no, you know, it was just like, hey, you're going to jump over fire and crawl under barbed wire and get dirty. And we were like, okay.
Hey.
So we did. We had an absolute blast. And on the ride home, I always say BoldrDash was born in the back seat of my car. Because basically this person sitting in the back seat was like,
don't digress on that one.
Yeah, don't go there either. Yeah.
Let's just the story.
He's a lot to me. But the person in the back seat just kind of yelled out, you know, what a great time we had, you know, and the van was full. It was a minivan. The van was full and everybody was like, wow, what a great time. And are you both native Rhode Islanders?
Yes.
So you know that we don't like to drive anywhere. And Amesbury is very far away. And
like 2 hours.
It's like 2 hours. So it just kind of came up, that Rhode Island mentality of, I really want to do that again, but that's really far. And then someone just kind of yelled out from the back seat, Lynn, make one. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Do you see what we just did? And then as we were talking about it, they were like, Lynn, you made one every week to train us to do it. Yeah. Why not figure out a way to make this thing happen? And it took a few months of convincing. I didn't do it right away. And then I went and I talked to Yagu and said, you know, there's this thing and you're the only place that I can think of. And if I live in North Kingstown, I live near them. So I was like, I'm close to you.
Right.
Do you want to take a chance, you know, and see if this thing can happen? And they fortunately did. We did the first event. And I was so fortunate. We were running the boot camps for the first event, and I have met the best people in those boot camps that are my super best friends now. And I met my builder, who was just coming to the boot camps. And one day I happened to mention at the boot camp, like, I can't figure out how to hang this cargo net. How am I going to hang a cargo net somewhere? I bought it. I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. So if anybody knows anybody, and he just kind of went, hey, I can come over and I can help you. And he lived near Yagu, so it was perfect. And he was a volunteer and turned into an extremely needed and necessary volunteer for the first couple of years. And then I said, you know, I need to hire you. I need you to build my obstacles. You are good. And again, super best friend. And he builds everything and has been for the past 10 years. And I'm just a lucky gal. You know, I met the people that could support me through it to make this thing happen. And it's been a blast.
So how many years ago was that?
So 2011 was the first race. So we're celebrating 10 years this year. And I had huge plans. COVID.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
But that's okay, because what we did was we just kind of changed our minds and we said, okay, what are we going to do? And so instead of having that big 10-year celebration, we're going to do dribs and drabs throughout the year. And we created a new event. I have never done trail runs. And that's a big thing right now. People are starting to realize that running on the ground as you get older and pounding those knees and those joints when you're running. I mean, I love running, and don't get me wrong, it's great exercise and great everything, but a lot of people are starting to come off the road and go onto the trails. A little less brutal on the body and on the joints. So we said, you know what, let's do that. So we opened up a trail series this year. And with a trail run, you can keep the numbers down. You can do all of those things that we need to do for COVID. So we're, instead of, like I said, having that big event, we're doing our winter dash in March. that had to be canceled last year. And then we're going to do our trail series. And actually, I don't know if you can see the shirt, but this is, oh, wait a minute. There it is. So this is, oh, look at that. Thank you very much. So this is Doggy Dash, which is my favorite event of the year. And that one's coming back as well. And the logo is actually my dog, my pup. That's Elsie May. So we do everything. So we've got kids events, family events, and it's just sort of over the years, someone would just say, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah, I think I can. We did a giant fundraiser when Hurricane, I wish I could remember the name of the hurricane. Sorry. At Mesquamaket that, I think it was 2000. Sandy. Yes. Yeah. So we were a part of rebuilding Mesquamaket, and we had, we worked with the chamber down there and did an event, to raise money for that.
Who would contact? So I'm an individual, and I could contact you and say, I want to come down with a group of my family or friends. And it sounds like, organizations can contact you. It sounds like you're also doing charity work to raise funds for other organizations. So give us like, what is your, like, what would be your flagship offer, the thing you love to do the most? And if some, for the audience out there, like, how could they think about, oh, this could be for me?
The thing I love to do the most is see someone do something that they didn't think they could do. And that's probably the scariest part about contacting or coming to a Boulder Dash, whether it be the boot camps, an event. It's, can I do that? That frightening, oh my goodness, can I do that? And anytime you go to the website and do any of the contact us or emails or anything like that, hey, there we are. I'm always the person you get. So if you ask a question, you're getting me. If you fill out a form, you're getting me. If you call that number on the top, you're getting me. And what my thing is yes, you can. And I want people to come out, and whether it be with friends, whether it be at a training, whether it be an event, I want you to come out and I want you to find out what you truly can do. And I want you to walk away with that feeling, yes, you can.
Yeah. And what is your March date if someone wants to participate?
The Winter Dash is March 28th. And it's, it's a super fun event because there's nothing like it. As an adult, you talked today about, I went out and I didn't want to come in, so I made a snowman.
Right.
And as adults, a lot of times we don't go out in the snow anymore. We don't play like we used to.
No.
So Winter Dash is that way of being, you know what, I am going to go out. I'm going to play in the snow. Hopefully, we've had snow in the past. And I mean, we had a team that came, I think it was 2 years ago, and there was enough snow on the ground to at least do something. They did snow angels at every obstacle that they could find that had snow as they went through.
See,
so it's a kid. You just want to be a kid again. Just go out and play.
Yeah. It's such a great, especially now, like that release of energy as we sit on Zoom all day and we're in our houses and, going out for a walk is one thing, but really having a more joyful, playful time brings a lot of good energy, I think, inside each of us.
It really does. And we have great volunteers who are out on the course on race day that are there to be your cheerleaders. Do you know what I mean?
I can imagine people falling on the ground laughing a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Somebody will help somebody and instead they fling them over. I mean, we have a video, the greatest video during one of our boot camps. And it was two women in their like late 50s. And they were like, I can't do this. There's no way this is not for me. And they came together and our trainer ran through the entire course with them. And it was so funny because it was our tire hurdle. It's kind of in between two trees and it's tires, but they move, as you're trying to go over them. And so one of the women said, I'm going to help you, because she was having trouble getting over it. She's, let me help you. She gives her a little shove, flings her over the top. She lands on the other side on her back. And it's exactly what you said. Hysterical laughing. Because it was just, again, it's playtime. It's fun. We get kids again.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
that inner child comes out when
Yeah,
you're out there. And giggling is mostly what we hear.
that's so good. Oh, that's so good. So are you up for a lightning round this morning?
Uh-oh.
Here's your challenge. Here's your obstacle course. Okay, the lightning round is super easy.
Okay.
This is just quick questions. I have 5 questions that you can quickly answer in 1 minute.
Okay.
And so first thing that comes to your mind, and really it's just fun. And this is because we need to laugh too. As we're on Zoom. But Ben, I'm dying to see what lightning round entry looks like today.
It's still the same.
I could have done my All right, you ready, Lynn?
Okay.
What's the biggest business shift you had in the last year?
Probably our trail run series. That's definitely not something I thought we would do. So that's the biggest shift in the business.
What's the thing you like to do best in your business?
See that smile on your face on the other side of that obstacle.
And what's the best way for a customer to find and hire you?
Through the website.
Is there a quick story you want to tell us about one of the funniest or best wins you've had in the last year?
Oh, that's mean. I just told you.
I know.
I would
let's
say
say
we
from
did
a business perspective.
a school event. And watching the kids watch their teachers and help their teachers. We had a very similar fling the lady over the wall.
I love that. And so if you were set up for the coolest gig ever, what would it be?
Absolutely nothing, because we ran out of time, but it was very fabulous talking.
Oh, but it was cool and it was amazing. Well, we can't thank you enough for being with us today on Business Over Breakfast, because we just love to meet different businesses. And we love that you gave a shout out to Yagoo and Camp what is it? Canonicus?
Canonicus.
Ask Bay, he knows.
Yeah, we will see you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And you guys are doing some really awesome stuff. So thank you very much for helping out everybody and being a part of bringing small businesses back into the limelight in Rhode Island.
Well, we're all in like a different kind of obstacle course right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lynn. And yeah, everybody check out BoldrDash March 28th and the BoldrDash BoldrDash race.com is in the comments of this video wherever you're watching this, so you can check that out. Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.
I hit remove and it didn't go. It's been that kind of morning already.
Oh dear, I'm right there with you.
You didn't spill coffee this morning though, so that's a plus.
God. Yes,
that is a plus.
Well, spilling coffee on your desk forces you to clean your desk. So,
Lori, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you have 5 minutes?
Do I have 5 minutes right now? Yes, yeah. I do.
All right. Well, let's wrap the show up, and I'm going to send you another link. And you're going to be my guest on the 5-minute show.
Okay.
All right. But first, everybody go to shoplocalrhodeisland.com. Lori and Scott and their team are doing amazing, amazing work for the local business community. Please go to shoplocalrhodeisland.com. And if you want to contact Lori directly, visualthrive.com.
Hey, Ben, I heard you got your own new URL too. So
it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Give me like 2 weeks, but it will. Yes, benbarber.com, which, by the way, I believe last week after the show, you said, why are you not just benbarber.com? And I was like, because it's not available. And it was $4,000. I did not pay $4,000 for it, but that's what they wanted.
Yeah,
they wanted $4,000 for it, but I got it anyway. All right, so check out Lori on the 5-minute show in a few minutes. Thank you for watching Business Over Breakfast. ShopLocalRhodeIsland.com, visualthrive.com, and benbarber.com is coming soon. Thanks, Lori.
Have a great day.